Welcome, everybody, to Sasha and Goff, live recorded. I'm Sasha.
And I'm Goff.
And we are back this week on the Google Meets to discuss our favorite and least favorite hosts of all time. Now, you may be a long-time listener. You may be thinking back to episode 51. Yeah, that's right, 40 episodes ago when we did top talk show hosts. And I would say to you, hey, you're crazy. Well, what's your problem? Why are you thinking about that? Just go with the flow.
Yeah. That was a year ago, man.
Now realizing, Goff, that we did talk show hosts before?
I knew we did talk shows. I didn't realize we did talk show hosts. Also, speaking of hosts, this one that is hosting us right now is giving us a lot of problems, the Google Meets, right? Am I right?
Yeah, this is really, really bad. We apologize ahead of time for all the craziness because I can't hear what Goff is saying. He can't hear what I'm saying. I can barely see his face, and that's the only thing that gets me through the day, seeing those pearly whites. How you doing this week, Goff? How did it go with these hosts?
Pretty good, actually. I was going to text you, too, because I have a lot of podcast ones, but I think we could just put those as, like, notables. Because, I mean, like, I don't know, podcasts are obviously, like, huge right now. But I didn't want that to kind of, because I could have probably just picked like all podcast hosts if I wanted. But how about you?
Yeah, I tried to avoid podcast hosts and talk show hosts. Everybody knows how much I like Conan O'Brien, so I left Conan O'Brien off my list. I do have a pretty good, solid list of different styles of hosts.
I think I do too, actually.
Yeah, we'll get to it eventually, and I think it's going to turn out better than we maybe anticipated. I am sick. I don't know if you can hear that. This is the fourth time this winter that I am sick, and it happened on a Friday morning. So Megan was sick all last week, and I was just avoiding her even more than I normally do. And then Friday I woke up with just sore throat, and by the end of the day it was runny nose, sore throat, all that stuff. And of course it's a Friday because then it ruins your Saturday and Sunday. Those were the two worst days, and then today being Monday, peek behind the curtain, we recorded a day early, but it's still going, and I've been coughing all day. I'm kind of clogged up. If my voice goes, you might just have to talk until something comes back, or maybe just for the rest of the show, because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this. But
you got it.
Yeah, and so I was actually going to go to your house on Saturday to record the podcast. I was going to surprise you and just show up. But it was something I couldn't do. So besides that, I've been working on some stuff for the upcoming Billy Joe Travis Memorial Crockett Cup Tag Team Golf Invitational Championship. That's coming up Saturday, June 27th, if you want to save that on your calendars, everybody.
Okay, this is the first Saturday. I'm hearing of it as well.
Saturday, June 27th. We're breaking news right here on this show, which is the only place that it should be broken. But yeah, so that's going to be going on then, and got some stuff in there. We have some new people who are going to be there this year, so it might be expanding a little bit, or we might have the same amount of people. I don't know if everybody's going to go who did last year, but I hope they do. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Megan was really mad at you this week. Surprise.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she said she was really upset because last week you had talked about season 1 South Park, the ending of Cartman finding out, the cliffhanger.
She's watching it, right? She's
just watching it, yeah, so you spoiled it. Yep.
Sorry, I spoiled something 30 years old.
Yep.
Sorry,
and besides that, it's so funny. March has come and gone. Excuse me. This is the last week of March.
Brackets.
No brackets.
No brackets. Yep. I'm way ahead of you.
Show
I've been
that does
thinking
brackets
the same
every
exact
2
stuff.
months.
Yep. I just kept thinking, I'm like, he's probably going to do one. I mean, like, yeah. But
nope.
Hey,
we'll save it.
That's
for
fine.
April.
We do them every month except March. So
yeah. Have you been paying attention to any of the tournament?
Not really. I've been paying attention to everyone else being very excited about it, and it's awesome. I'm not trying to sound like I'm too good for it. I just never got into college basketball, so but obviously you are. So how's it going?
Well, I haven't watched one game at all,
okay.
But I do follow it. I just like seeing who's winning and whatever. But I have not watched a single game. Illinois is in the Final Four, which is awesome. The entire Yugoslavian
I did not know that.
national team of Illinois. There's Serbs and Croats and Bulgarians and Bosnians and all of us are there, and so it's Team Yugoslavia.
I did know that. I think my dad or Elf told me that yesterday, believe it or not, and I already forgot. So I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. Me and Shug have been talking about this team through our phone number that you can reach us, which I don't even remember the number. That's how long it's been since we've plugged it.
727 something.
727-266-6469. You can text me your Final Four thoughts. But me and Shug have been talking about Illini basketball all year because just the Balkan nature of it. So gotta love it.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm going to finish my random thoughts of the week here at the beginning of the show with another Megan's question of the week. Now, this is we've been watching a lot of Home Improvement lately, so I think every week she's just going to have a Home Improvement question for you. Okay. This week, her question, Heidi or Lisa? And do you know what she's talking about?
Yeah.
So Lisa was Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
And then she left the show, and then Heidi came in.
Yeah.
And so the question is, Heidi or Lisa?
I'm going to go with Heidi. I think she was more of a character, I think, wasn't she? Like, did she have more lines?
Yeah, and she was there longer and stuff like that, so they put her in the show more. I'm right there with you. Team Heidi.
Nice.
This is a Heidi podcast. Don't get me wrong. Love me some Pamela Anderson and
always
whatever. But Team Heidi. Have you seen the reunion of like some people from that show? There was like a picture going around. It was Tim Allen. No. It was the mom who's like completely gray now. It's Heidi, who's still very, very hot and looks exactly the same. Al Borland. And the oldest son is like in jail. He just keeps getting DUIs, and I think most recently they sent him to jail for a while. But
how did he get nabbed, but Tiger Woods keeps getting off? Unreal.
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for this week. What about you? I hear there was a special birthday.
Oh yeah, we had Sadie's birthday. Happy birthday, babe. She just turned 14 this year, but we had the party at the house, and guess what? Nobody noticed that we painted the house, so that was kind of a bummer. And it was funny because Alf knew because he listened to the podcast, so he knew from last week. So coming in, it was funny. He actually texted me during the party, and he was like, "Has anyone said anything yet about the house?" Now, like I said last week, we went from like brown to brown because just circumstances. We kind of had to stick with brown. So I understand why some people were just like, "Oh, well, it's still brown." You know, like if you had like a blue house and you just repainted it another blue, most people would just walk right past it. So that's exactly what happened. But my mom was talking to Joni in the kitchen at one point, and I wanted to I was trying to joke with Joni, and I kind of leaned into whisper. I'm like, should we make an announcement about the painting? And then it got to where my mom was standing there, and I was like, oh, Mom, I was joking, kind of telling her to leave the room or whatever. But then it turned into a big thing where everyone's like, oh, you guys have an announcement? And it was legit. And then when later on in the day, I was like, oh, yeah, we painted the house. My mother-in-law, I think, was legit mad that we didn't have it. Because I was like, I said to her, I'm like, at this point in our lives, what kind of announcement do you want? And she was like, well, I don't know, I'm another grandkid. And it's just like, what do you know? But no, it was kind of bittersweet. Because, I was really excited about that. And I, cleaned all the shutters. And I actually repainted all the black stuff. I repainted the whole garage, too, the garage door. Yeah, no one said a thing until we pointed it out. Then everyone's, oh, yeah, it does look great.
Oh, yeah, I meant to say something about that.
Yeah, I just forgot. So, and then the other thing I wanted to ask you real quick, because it is spring break for my kids. Remember when spring break, we were in high school and stuff, it was such a big deal, MTV and just Did you ever do anything for spring break? Were you ever one of those guys? Like, I definitely was not. One, I mean, like, my family just didn't have the money. Like, so as a family, we would go, like, during the... No, you know what? We would always take our family trips in, like, December, because I think you got, like, really good rates at that time. Plus, it was smart, too, because everything... We would always go to Florida, and everything was dead down there in December, so... Smart on my parents. But anyway...
Never did spring break.
Yeah.
I was talking to this lady at work. She just got back from a senior trip with her son. They went to Mexico. Like everyone who went to like Palatine and Fremd and Arlington high schools and Hersey and like all these high schools around that certain area, they all went down to Mexico. And I was like, I've never gone anywhere for a trip like that, a school trip, like that's nuts. That's insane to think about the parents and kids all going to something. And then two, for it to be out of country. And like my family never really went on vacations anyway, unless we were going to like Serbia, which was like once every 5 years or more. And I think we went to Florida in like 91. So I was 9 years old at the time. I don't really have like family trip memories when I was a kid. Or we'd go to like Wisconsin and stay at like a Serbian person's motel and then, you know,
I
come
imagine
home later
like
the day.
your family just using like all the Serbian back channels to travel, just like, you know, never having to pay anywhere, just always having somewhere. You guys are like a touring band.
Yeah, or like if the church was going to Indiana, we would go with the church and go camping in Indiana. It's like, oh, okay, like it's 60 minutes away.
So you were gypsies, or
I mean,
or fish heads.
For people who don't like gypsies,
ISH.
We sure were very gypsy-like in our travels.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Well, so happy birthday to Sadie. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
To my goddaughter Amelia, turned 11.
Oh. Happy birthday.
So
she's not listening, but happy birthday.
No, she's not,
stuff.
but her dad might be. If he hasn't given up on the podcast. I don't know. We didn't talk enough Bret Hart, and so I think he's out of here. Anyway, let's move on to thumbs up, thumbs down so that I can try and finish this podcast with a voice.
Yeah.
I'm going to start things off with you. I got a couple things I watched this week. I don't even know if you know this exists, but last week was the first ever episode of Saturday Night Live UK edition. Have you heard about this?
No, no.
The first ever host was Tina Fey.
Okay. Good.
And a band called Wet Leg, who's from the UK, played. And they did this whole, you know, like it obviously looks very similar to SNL, but like a nicer set and newer things. But started the show with a political sketch. Went into a monologue. They had a weekend update. They did all kinds of things. Michael Cera was there for some reason. So that was kind of cool. It was interesting because they're allowed to swear on their version of SNL. So there was a lot of that. Maybe not a lot of that, but you know, like cheap swearing, which we talk about.
Yep.
There was some of that. It was like, okay, it wasn't funny enough on its own, but you throw in a swear word and people will react to it.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give the thought of SNL UK a thumbs up. I'm interested in watching. I'll keep watching, but I'm going to give the actual episode a thumbs down because it wasn't really that great. I didn't expect it to be. They're trying to do something, and it's not their own original thing that they're really trying to do. They're trying to like copy something that already exists. But one weird thing that came up while watching this was I said they started with the political part of the show, you know, like a political clip. Well, their political clip is not our politics.
Okay.
It's their own politics.
Gotcha. So you're just like, who the fuck are they talking about?
And I honestly, I still don't know who it was.
Yeah.
I think it was their prime minister or somebody, and Trump was on the line.
God, like, I don't want to sound selfish, but it's just like, literally, we can't worry about any other countries right now, you know? It's just like, what the hell? Jeez. That's funny, though.
It was just funny. It was like, I don't understand the references they're making. Like, because it's not stuff that I pay attention to. I don't follow UK politics.
Yeah.
I don't know that like some guy's toupee flew off in the wind or what. You know what I mean? Like it's a totally a confusing thing to watch when you don't know what it's all about. They did have some Trump references and stuff like that, but it really was more about their own thing. And you did kind of see some like Benny Hill style comedy in it, and some stuff that you would call more British humor than American humor. I do think it's worth checking out just to like see how they interpret our SNL. But it wasn't the greatest episode for me.
Okay.
I also downloaded the PBS app. Big thumbs up to the PBS app. Now, hear me out.
Okay.
I didn't know you could watch Channel 11 WTTW live on the PBS app. That's great. That's pretty great, because I don't think I have Channel 11 otherwise. Now, you may be asking, why is he trying to watch Channel 11?
That's exactly what I'm asking.
I think I watched a documentary this week. Did I watch a documentary? I had to have watched something. I wanted to watch a documentary on the city of Chicago because I saw something recently that was like 80s or 90s Chicago. And I go, I want to see more pictures of Chicago in the 80s and 90s, like the Chicago I kind of remember.
That's cool.
And the only thing that the internet led me to was the PBS app. And then I saw that there was a Chicago Fire documentary, not the soccer team, but the cow that tipped over the lantern or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm all in. This is what I am trying to watch right now. I'm going to get smarter. I'm going to learn about the city that I have never lived in and probably never will live in, but claim as my own.
Yep.
This is, I'm going to watch this thing. And I watched about half of it, and I was like, I'm good. I'm all right.
I knew all this.
But I do like the options that the PBS app gives you. There's plenty of Chicago stuff on there to keep me busy when I'm like super bored or whatever. So thumbs up PBS app. And then I've got this Pete Holmes, one of my favorite comedians, just put out a new special called Silly Silly Fun Boy. And it's on YouTube. I love Pete Holmes. I saw him a couple years ago at the Den Theater in Chicago. His older specials are some of my favorite specials of all time. I think he did one of them at the Vic in Chicago. And it's really, really good stuff. I'm giving this special, unfortunately for Pete Holmes, a thumbs down. Now, hear me out. If you're just watching randomly, I don't think it's that horrible. But the level of comedy I expect from a Pete Holmes was not hit here. This is probably my least favorite of his specials.
Okay.
I did laugh. There were plenty of times where I laughed. I'm not saying it's not funny, but like all the other stuff he's done has been really, really amazing to me. And this was just, it was okay. And there was a lot of parts of it where like he sounded like he was almost doing a voice. Like it was way too exaggerated or something like that. And I didn't know where that was coming from. And I asked Megan if she heard it. She heard it too. Okay. So it was kind of a weird little YouTube special there for those reasons. So I'm giving it a thumbs down just based off of it's my least favorite Pete Holmes special. But I do think you'd still enjoy it if you watched it. He swore a lot, like more than I'm used to him swearing too. So
you were really uncomfortable, huh?
I was sweating a little bit. But, and that's it. That's it for me. What you got?
All right, first off, I have two comments on two of your things. The SNL thing, I love that idea. It's funny, I was talking to Joni about this, so I have numerous Instagram accounts, and one of them, which is my personal one, the algorithm on that one has been British sketch comedy lately. I have no idea how I got to that, but I mean, like, it's been hilarious because, like, so much of their humor is, like, and then punchline just at the very end, like a sketch that's 20 seconds long, and then at the end the laugh comes at you're done, whatever, obviously.
Yeah.
So a lot of that, which is great. And then Pete Holmes, he's been popping up a lot lately too, so I've been seeing a lot of his just like little clips, and I do think he is very funny, but I think I'm not a fan of like his delivery. Maybe like he's just I don't know, his face is like everything Not to talk shit or anything, because like I said, I do think he is very funny, but I just think watching him, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think he's entertaining, and I hate to say that. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. That's your thoughts. Every time I see him and how he tells jokes and stuff like that, he reminds me of our dear forgotten friend SWK, and that's why I love him even more. Like I think it's hilarious.
I'm gonna have to think about that actually. Next time I watch him, I'll see if I could see Swig doing that. Okay, so my stuff, new music, Good Riddance. Did you hear the new album? Okay, it's called Before the World Caves In. So I'm gonna say solid album. I'm also gonna say I think Wilhelm ruined it for like every band that's going to put out a new album in the next like couple months or so. I was just listening to this album and it's just like, this is good, but it's just like, it's not knocking my socks off at all. Like it's just another, like, you're like, yeah, is it good? It's like, yeah, it's good. I mean, it's not bad, but
I could accept that argument for anyone who says that about any Good Riddance album. Like, yeah. 90% of their albums are like, this is good, but it's not like mind-blowing.
The one Peace in Our Time, I think, they had like a huge gap and then they put that one out. That's probably my favorite one. So that one, like, for being a more recent one, it was still like 10 years ago, but I mean, like, that one actually stood out to me after them putting it up. But either way, so the new Good Riddance, thumbs up. Just like I said, just kind of after I listened to it, it's like, it's new Wilhelm, still killing it, still listening to it all the time. And then TV show Invincible, the animated superhero show, is back for season 4. It's been awesome so far. And I was kind of thinking as far as animated stuff, because we've talked about it on this show, and you're always like, you love animated stuff, because I do watch a lot, but I feel like this is the only one that I follow with, like, because it's on season 4 and I'm actually excited for this. Even the Marvel ones, like, I haven't finished some of that stuff just because it was like, I just kind of lost interest. This is the one show, like, I really do love as far as animated goes. Not saying it's the only one, but it's a great show. And then the last thing, I got a product, and this is one that probably everyone on here has used, but I'm new to the party. It's the Ninja Blender. We finally got one. We bought, and that's the funny thing too, like Amazon, you always want to be like, yeah, fuck Jeff Bezos, we're going to get killed for that one. But then you're just like, you know what, but I can't afford not to use Amazon. It's like everything is awesome about it. It sucks. But anyway, you ever used the Ninja Blender?
Yeah, I think we have a Ninja blender and a Ninja air fryer or something. I don't know. We're a Ninja family, I'm pretty sure.
Nice. Your family of ninjas. I got some ninjas right up here over my shoulder. But anyway, I think it's fine. I don't find it doing anything more exciting than any other regular blender I've had that just blends from the bottom. So, except I have cut my fucking fingers on the damn thing, like, cleaning it, because we make a lot of smoothies in this house.
Same. Megan makes smoothies every morning for her and for me, and so I think she likes the Ninja blender because it's better than previous blenders that we've had. Okay, but I legitimately cut my finger like a month ago on that thing too.
Sharp. I mean, it does its job, so that's good. So anyway, thumbs up for the Ninja blender, but I don't know, probably a little overpriced. So. Slow
let me say
week.
This. I totally forgot about. I got a product too.
Oh,
since you refused to help me, I had to resort to shaving my own back this week. I know people were wondering.
Yeah.
And so I used the Backblade 2.0, which I've had for a long time, but I never used. I changed the blades out. Okay. I got to work, and after about 10 minutes, I'm clean as a baby's bottom on my back. It is absolutely 6 thumbs up. Love it. Absolutely love it, and I'm a changed man.
Now,
I'm about 4 pounds lighter.
Nice. Did you have to fashion some kind of, like Shug said he uses it, like a back scrubber with a razor, duct tape to it or whatever? Or, like
that's too hardcore for me. I had to go light blue blue collar boy and just buy the machine that does it for you.
But I mean, like, so is there a hand? But there's gotta, because like even when you're washing your back, like in the shower, there's that spot you can't get to without like popping your arm out of socket.
Yeah.
You know, so it sucks because
it folds out.
Okay.
And then it's like pretty long.
So it's like telescoping.
It's like shaped nicely, and then also as you pull it across your back, it like contours to the shape of your back or whatever.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm a righty, so like one side, I got it. Everything's good. Then you go with your left hand, and it looks like a handicapped child drew on your back or whatever.
I don't know why I try to throw left-handed. It's like,
Yeah. That would have been better, just throwing left hand. I will keep the handicapped children out of this. But, so it took a little bit longer for me to do that side than the other side. But let me tell you, it got the job done, and I'm gonna show you my back next time I see you. You're gonna love it.
Okay. I mean, that's gonna be weird, but I guess I'm kind of excited.
All right, so let's move on to our top 3 favorite and least favorite hosts of all time. I'm going to start things off because I can barely hear you, Goff. Both because my head is stuffed up and because of the internet connection issues that we're having.
See, my connection is wonderful.
That's great. That doesn't help me.
Just saying.
Number 3 on my favorite hosts. I'm starting on the favorite side. I'm going with a guy who a lot of people don't like. A guy who's always at the NBA All-Star game. A guy who just had a Super Bowl commercial. I think he's the man, and I've watched his show for so long that I can't possibly be against him if I've watched 20 seasons of his show or whatever it is. I'm going Guy Fieri, host of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Ooh. I love a Guy Fieri. I don't understand the hatred for him. I mean, I do. I totally get the hatred for him. But I don't not like the guy. I think he's very likable, and I'd like to give him a hug and show him my back. So that's my number 3.
Wow. Guy Fieri. Fieri. Funny story in the show Superstore, which you gave up on way too early. Later in like season 6, there's 2 characters that shows their apartment and they have a Guy Fieri poster like framed, and they don't even know who he is. They're just like, "Yeah, we bought it at a garage sale." He just looked like he had a lot of confidence. So good. It's one of my favorite jokes in that show. All right, my number 3 favorite host. Now, he is a host right now. Now, it's questionable if he is a host for Jackass, and that was Johnny Knoxville. But I'm going to say yes, because I think every episode started with him saying, "I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is Jackass." So that's my way of interpreting he's the host of this reality show. So, but he's also the host of Fear Factor, which I've watched a couple of those episodes. It's pretty fucked, man. I mean, like, it was gross when, what's his name was doing it back in the day, Joe Rogan. But, like, there is some, it's one of those things where it's a show where you're not going to die. Like, they're not going to kill you, but I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like, you watch it and you're kind of watching someone do something disgusting, and it's like, I mean, people can do that. They can, like, they're, like whatever you're eating, it's not going to kill you. That's why they're giving it to you. This isn't that kind of show, but it's still like, but I can't do that. Like, I couldn't get into a suitcase of like a treasure chest or something, like, of scorpions. I don't know why I said a treasure chest. I'm thinking of the movie Hook, by the way. So let's move on.
Well, I'm with you. I don't think they're gonna do anything. They're gonna try and be as safe as they possibly can for that. But you never know when somebody's like allergic to eating camel wangs or whatever.
I mean, I would hope they would know that, like, before going on. It's like, how did I not
would you know?
Well, I mean, I took an allergy test when we got Lucy, so I know what I'm allergic to.
And if I was on that
well,
test?
I feel like they would tell you before. I don't know. But anyway, I think Johnny Knoxville, as obnoxious as he is, I think he's been great, and he's still relevant, and good for him.
Okay. My number 2 is local legend turned national legend, if you ask me. I don't know if he's national or not, but
Jason Benetti. No. Oh.
He is No one likes baseball references. Actually, like
You got
probably
that
some people
one.
do.
Wow.
Yeah. Look at me. Isn't he like blind or something? That's why he likes
No,
baseball.
he has cerebral palsy.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. Yeah, he's blind. That's why he likes baseball. That was pretty good.
So my number 2 is a man by the name of Sven Gulli. I absolutely love Sven Gulli. I think he's the host of one of the best shows of all time, entitled Sven Gulli or whatever. He is Rich Coase. Is the real name of the guy. He used to do the Coase Zone, if you go way back to, I think it was on Fox back in the day. It was like a Saturday morning show or something like that. But anyway, Sven Gulli's the host with the most. I love him. Hilarious, bad jokes, chickens, plays some monster movies and stuff like that, which it's never the gory, really nasty ones. It's always like the kind of funny ones and or the classic ones. Love me some Sven Gulli, and I love that he's always at like any event that happens in Chicago, like Builders Square home opening. Come meet Sven Gulli or whatever. Absolutely love him.
The Ace Hardware by me is remodeling. I wonder if he's going to be there. That'd be great.
He probably is the one remodeling it, and then he will be there.
Let me run in the back and get dressed. All right. My number 2 is a kind of a deep cut. What the hell's the guy's name? Jeez, Ben Glib. I don't know. He's from a show called
Ben Glib.
Idiot. Yeah, Idiot Test. Remember that show?
Yeah.
I think he's still relevant. I think he's like kind of more of like a political. I don't know if I don't follow him for that at all anymore. But when he was on the show Idiot Test, which by the way, great show if you can find it. Just like kind of a unique one where there was a lot of just really like. It's right in your face, that kind of thing when they ask you questions like that, and you're just pretty much like, God, remember the games you would play at bars, like those bar top screen ones? It was like a lot of that kind of stuff almost.
Or like highlights a magazine, like
exactly, yeah, in real time. And he was just like such a like likable but like sarcastic. And I thought he was great on that. I always loved that show just because of him.
Excellent show, and he did a lot of stuff like during COVID when no one knew like what to do. He was doing some sort of like online show, I think like every single day as like comedy show. Very funny guy, Ben Glebe. Good call.
Yeah, cool.
Leads to my number 1, which is a tag team. It's you can't pick one. You have to have both guys involved in this. It is the host.
How you like it?
The Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
Nice.
It's Vic Romano.
That's great.
And Kenny Blankenship. These guys have not had one bad episode. That's one of my favorite shows of all time, and they are just absolutely hilarious. Whoever does their voices, whoever does if you have any part of that show, if you hold the microphones for that show, you are superior as a human. This is the best show of all time, especially for game show wise, and those two guys are great.
We tried watching that with the girls recently, like just because it but you have to basically watch it muted. It's so dirty, and it's like I never realized. Like obviously when I was, I'm not even gonna say like when I was a kid, because I mean I started watching it when I was like a teenager. But I think even some of the stuff watching it now, it's just like, holy shit, this is way more like clever and creative than I thought. And just,
the
like,
writing's insane.
Yeah, just like. I love chickens. Like the random people, just like their random quotes they shout out. Good call.
They did do a kind of like American version, if you remember the show Wipeout.
Yeah.
I think it was hosted by John Cena.
Yeah, I think it's still a thing, actually.
Yeah, it's not the same, though. It's just not the same.
No, I mean, like, if you really want to watch people getting just, like, hurt and fucked up, it's like, yeah, that's fun. But the whole thing of Most Extreme Elimination Challenge is white guys voicing over a Japanese show, you know? Like, two dudes talking. It's like, yeah, exactly. I know what you're talking about, brother.
And don't forget Guy Ledouche, the reporter on the scene.
Yeah, it's so good. He had, like, a sword all the time.
And then Captain Tennille.
Yeah.
Come on.
Great show. Captain Tennille. That's awesome. All right, my number 1. It's a pretty basic one. It's Bob Barker. The Price is Right was probably my favorite game show. No, that's not true. Family Feud is, but I mean, like, The Price is Right is still on every day at like 10 a.m. and 10:30, I believe. He was great. Drew Carey, I think, is fine as the host now, but I mean, I don't know. Drew Carey, I think, can be. He's Drew Carey. Doesn't matter. But anyway, Bob Barker, like I love too the animal rights thing, and that he actually got them to let him finish the show every week, saying get your pet spayed and neutered. And then I love that Drew Carey still does it too. It's like, yeah, what the hell? I'll just carry it on. I'm the legacy for him.
Yeah, keep the legacy going. It's an interesting thing. Both of those guys are on my like in between list because I think Drew Carey is good at the job. But there's just something about Drew Carey that I'm always like, I don't know, he seems like a little creepy or I don't know what it is about Drew Carey.
He was on an episode of Community I just watched the other day, and I mean, even on that, you're like, is he trying to be funny right here, or is that just how he's taught, you know, and it's just like a lot of like, hey guys, hey, how are ya? Get your animals spayed. I don't have any, like, I have no problems with the guy at all, but yeah, it's like, I don't know if I find him funny at all or not.
I enjoyed a lot of his show, too. I recently watched it for the first time, like, from the beginning. And, you know, by season 9 or whatever, I was, like, sick of it. But there was so much good and, like, creative stuff. But I just don't know about him, like, I don't know. I think we have the same feeling on him.
Yeah.
Now for Bob Barker would have been definitely in my top 3. But all these things that have come out about Bob Barker, after his death, where he's just like a woman, not even a womanizer. A womanizer would be accepted, but it's like a little bit scarier than a womanizer. You know what I mean? Like,
this is why I don't know anything about like. I had no idea. God, all I know is that he was at Happy Gilmore.
It was a little bit dirty, but you know what? He's not doing things to the children. He's doing it to young women, if that makes any sort of difference.
Non-consenting legal women of age women.
So I think that might be a step up, or maybe just equal step. I don't know. It's still gross, and that's why I haven't put him on my list.
Okay, I didn't know about
next
that.
To a Bob Barker.
Man,
no, you just support it full-heartedly. I get it.
Every one of our lists has to have an asterisk next to it. You got any potent notables?
I do. I got Bob Saget from America's Funniest Home Videos, one of the first hosts that I ever saw, and I love the stupid voices that he did while the videos were going on. Tom Bergeron also hosted AFV, and I was like, this guy will never take Bob Saget's place, and then he did. He was very, very good. Alex Trebek, who's just classic Jeopardy. You got to like an Alex Trebek. Steve Harvey, Family Feud. I like Steve Harvey. I think he's very funny. I get a feeling that off stage he may not be like the easiest person to get along with, but that doesn't matter because I'm not friends with him off stage. And then NBA Inside Stuff, Ahmad Rashad. Best man was Bill Cosby and O.J. Simpson at his wedding. Ahmad Rashad was a great, great host for NBA Inside Stuff, and I wish he still did that show. I would watch for sure.
Oh yeah.
You?
All right, I got 2 potent notables. The first one is Parks and Rec character Joan Calamezzo, played by Mo Collins.
That's great.
Just an awesome character. Also, I just have to throw out that like Mo Collins as a person, like I talked to her a little bit on Instagram. I've probably mentioned that before. I always name drop, but she was just like super nice, like replying to and like liking some of my posts and stuff. So that was always awesome. And then passed away, gone too soon. It's the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. Man, I mean, just I mean, same thing, right? He hosted a show where he showed, you know, it was funny because I was telling Joni about that, and she's like, but was he a host? I'm like, babe, the Crocodile Hunter was a show. That was like, you know, that's what he was, but it was also.
I would consider him a host for sure.
Yeah, you know, and then like, I'm not going to say like, I was like, I fucking loved watching that show, but I mean, thinking about like just such a fun dude to watch because I mean like always so happy while he's getting fucking stung by scorpions, you know. It's like my that one stings a little bit as he's getting like a you know, stung in the eye like by an African bee or something like that. But
that's what I love about diners, drive-ins, and dives, or like cooking shows, when you can see like someone's passion for something. I wish I had the passion that they had for stingrays or beef sandwiches, or you know what I mean. Like when you watch somebody who's like so into what they're doing and they're likable, that's a winning combination. Why don't you start us off for least favorite
hosts. Okay. I don't know if you're going to know this guy. He is an ESPN host now. However, I haven't watched him since he's been on ESPN. I used to watch him on MLB Network, and it is Chris Russo, the Mad Dog. Do you know who this guy is?
No
He used
clue.
to have a show on MLB Network called High Heat. Now, he's, like, good at what he does, but they call him the Mad Dog because he's just constantly, he's talking like this all the time. And it's like one of those guys where you can just tell he spits a lot. You know, like if you were too, you'd be like, ah. So,
Is he Mad Dog, like, from the radio in New York?
Yeah, that guy, yeah. That's Chris Russo.
Okay. I didn't know
yeah.
he was on ESPN.
He's on ESPN now. He makes pretty good money, but yeah, he started off on, well, the radio, obviously, but he's been a radio host. But yeah, he had a show on MLB Network called High Heat that, again, it was like a pretty decent show, but just if the host was the main problem with it. It's like, but yeah, no, I'm not really a fan of his, so.
Okay. I told you that I was trying to stay away from like late night talk show hosts and whatever because we've talked about him before. But this person, I really dislike their show so much that I decided to make them my number 3. It's James Corden. I just never got into his show. I never believed that was a real person. And then you heard stories about him being like a jerk at restaurants and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, that checks out to me. That's the feeling that I had. And it doesn't make me want to watch his show. I don't care about singing in a car with people. Number 3, James Corden.
All right.
And he is or is not gay, whichever one Useless Dave reminded me.
Yeah.
Because I think we said he was gay and he wasn't, or we said he wasn't gay and he is. And whichever one that is, James Corden.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. My number 2, he was just in your potent notables. You probably heard in my tone when you said his name. Steve Harvey. I can't stand him as the Family Feud host. And like I said, Family Feud was probably my favorite one. Now, my whole thing is, and you probably have a totally different opinion, but I feel all he does on that show is reacts to people saying things, and that's how he gets his laughs, by staring at the camera for way too goddamn long and making me uncomfortable at watching on TV. But I just feel, how many times can you keep for like 10 seconds just looking like that's the most ridiculous fucking answer you've ever heard? I know that's what he's supposed to be doing, but yeah, I don't know. I can't stand him as the host. So
have you ever seen the SNL skit with Keenan as Steve Harvey hosting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I feel like I've seen him do that character, but I don't know if I've seen that. So maybe I have.
Right. That's on the list. You got to watch that. There's some tremendous stuff, and Keenan is a great, great Steve Harvey.
Okay.
Check out this suit, player. For those who know. My number 2 is going to be an entire cast of people, and this is all the hosts of the television show Shark Tank.
Oh, that's a good one.
Every one of them, the Croatian guy, the billionaire bald guy, Mr. Wonderful, who's like 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
Lori Greiner, who is my least favorite of all the hosts. Barbara Corcoran, who's like the oldest one.
Yeah.
Even Mark Cuban, who I like. I'm not gonna like him just for the sake of this segment.
They bring out the worst in him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Leary and Robert Herjavec are the other 2.
Yeah, everybody who's on the Fubu guy, everyone who's ever been a guest host on this show stinks. What's his name? Richard Branson was on this. All of them. I don't care to make you guys more money, and you're jerks. But I do kind of like Mark Cuban. So
do you like the show though? I mean, I know that's hard to say when you don't. Okay.
I have no interest in watching it anymore. It's still new. They still make new episodes of it. I think Mark Cuban left the show last season. No interest.
Okay. No, Suge got me into it. Like right when we first started working together, I think he used to always talk about it, and I was like, all right. So I'd throw it on, and I actually was really into it for a while. But that's a really good call because, I don't like any of them. I mean, there's a couple more that I can tolerate than the others, like you said, Cuban, and then actually Robert Herjavec. He's like nicer at least. But yeah, Mr. Wonderful, I mean, it's like you just want to punch him in the face every time he opens his mouth. It's like, ah! That's the second time we're going to get canceled. All right, my number 1 then is Jenny McCarthy. And now this is a tough one because I'm going back to the singled out days when she was just like so freaking hot. And that's funny because when you brought up Pamela Anderson earlier this episode, the first thing I thought of was my number one, who I hate, Jenny McCarthy. And it was just because she was and still is an obnoxious human being that, like, when Carmen Electra took over on that show, I remember it was just like, this is so much more fun to watch because she's not beating the shit out of these guys. Like, you remember that? I mean, it was like,
yeah,
it was like playful and stuff, but it was like, Jesus, she's like pulling these guys' hair and stuff, and yeah, Jenny McCarthy. I mean, like, she had a show on MTV. I don't know if you remember that, like a sketch comedy show, the Jenny McCarthy Show, which I did watch, but I think it was just at that age, it was like, yeah, I'll watch anything she's in. But it's whatever. It sucked. Yeah, I think she's obnoxious as hell. And it's like anytime she says anything these days, you're just like, yep, she still sucks.
She's also on one of the hosts on The Masked Singer on Fox currently.
Okay, yeah, I knew she was doing something.
And every time they show her, she's just like, it's like so exaggerated, and you're like, all right, no one reacts like that. Please stop.
Before you give your number one, do you watch The Masked Singer by any chance?
No.
Okay. I'm only asking because, like, a guy at work the other day was talking about, like, we were talking about just shows that we watch, and he's like, yeah, me and my wife watch The Masked Singer. And then, like, later on, we were arguing about something, and then I used that against him, and I was like, well, at least I don't fucking watch The Masked Singer, or something like that, and I felt so bad because then he's like, what's wrong with that? I'm like, they're not even fucking celebrities on that show. Sorry, I'm swearing so much. I was like really pissed off, and I'm like, Impractical Jokers gets better celebrities than The Masked, which is 100% true, by the way. I mean, like, they get like Post Malone and John Mayer and stuff, and then like The Masked Singer gets like all the rejects like that can't play football anymore but are good dancers, you know, like old Pittsburgh Steelers players. Anyway, sorry, rant over. I just wanted to make sure that, like, like everyone else loves The Masked Singer except me. I think it's idiotic.
My original thought was like, this is really dumb, but then I saw a pro wrestling show that they called The Masked Wrestler, where it was two wrestlers came out completely dressed in like black singlets. You didn't know who it was or what they were, and they would wrestle their match, and then when it was done, they like took their masks off, and then you'd be like, oh my god, it was like a Hulk Hogan or whoever, you know. It wasn't Hulk Hogan, he's dead, and this was like a week ago, but like it was just like, oh wow, this is like a cool idea for you to cheer people on who you don't know who they are, and then I think I understood The Masked Singer at that point, but I just don't have any interest in watching that.
The costumes are ridiculous. Like, it's like Okay. Your number one.
Which takes us to my number one. Is that correct?
Yeah. Number one worst.
Number one least favorite host of all time is a host that I just don't know how this guy gets work. This is Geraldo Rivera. I don't think I've ever...
Does he still get work?
Yeah, he's like a host on like Fox News or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I don't know what he does and who he's doing it to, but it's keeping him employed. So I guess keep up the great work, Geraldo. But I don't know. I've never had a more pointless person on my television, someone who I'm not entertained by, and I just starting with like Capone's vault that he opened and there was nothing in there. Then he was on The Apprentice.
I forgot about that. That was such a big deal for nothing.
Yeah. It's just I've never enjoyed anything he's ever done. So, Geraldo,
there was this movie called UHF with Weird Al. Do you remember that one?
I never saw it. Everyone keeps telling me to watch it, but I've never seen it.
You'd watch it and you'd be like, this is the dumbest fucking movie, but you'd probably find some joy in like some of the scenes. Like one of them, they're mocking that Geraldo thing, and Weird Al's like, it's like on his show, it's like, we're opening up Al Capoteman's glove box. And he goes in and he's like, ha, just as I thought, road maps! You know, and they're obviously making fun of Geraldo. But quickly, or did you have any potent notables? I don't have any for bottom.
Potent notables, I have Alan, who we've talked about before in the show. I have Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Apprentice host.
Oh, jeez.
Donald Trump was, I believe, a very good Apprentice host. If you ever watched that show and he was on it, I mean, he was a douchebag, He was very good.
I just
at being
remember
an ass.
like, you're fired.
Yeah. It was a good show. But when Arnold Schwarzenegger came on, it was not very good anymore. Bob Barker was in my questionable file.
Okay.
And Hulk Hogan, when he hosted the rebooted American Gladiators a couple years ago, it was him and Layla Ali, Muhammad Ali's daughter. And I think it lasted 2 seasons, which was 2 seasons too long. He was very, very bad when he wasn't cutting promos against people. When he was like trying to psych them up, it was just, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. Shout out to Wolf. Real quickly, I just had a couple podcasters I wanted to shout out. First, Imran from Jock and Nerd. Adam Azer from Fantasy Football Today. Love that guy. And you. I love you, buddy. I love your podcast. I think you're a great host. You can edit this out if you'd like. Bottom, the only one who came to mind, Frank Stamfel, who is the host of Fantasy Baseball Today. Yes, Sasha, I know you hate baseball. Try listening to a fantasy baseball show. No. Even I can't get through it. And that's the thing with these guys. Suge always says it the best. He's like, it's radio NyQuil when he's talking about like boring hosts, and it's great.
Yeah.
This is 3 guys, so like when the host isn't there and one of the other 2 takes over, it's just as bad, and it's but they give good info. So
a guy at my work
once in a while, but
a guy at my work was talking about his fantasy baseball league the other day, and I was like, "Do you know Goff? Like, you have to know Goff.
Yeah, because
it's
there's
gotta
only
be just
10
you
of us.
guys."
Yeah, we had our draft actually the other day. I was trying to get Swick and/or Dogan in the league, and they were like, "Fuck you, dude." So
yeah,
that didn't happen.
All right, well, that's it for the show. Thank you guys for joining us as always. On next week's episode, what do you think, Goff? Should we do top and bottom SNL movies, or should we do To Be Decided?
Let's do SNL movies. It's one we've been tossing around for a while. Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
Do it. Yeah.
SNL movies. So anything that came from the TV show SNL that became a movie, we're going to do our favorite and least favorite.
Now, before real quick, I'm sorry, we're doing, this has to be from SNL, correct? It can't just be like SNL adjacent. Like, I can't pick Hot Rod, right? Because that's got like Sandberg and like the Lonely Island.
Yeah, because Hot Rod wasn't an SNL sketch.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
So it's got to be based off of an SNL sketch, not just people who were in SNL.
Okay.
All right.
We got to be creative with this one.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Test your muscle memory. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Test my muscle memory.